I'm Amanda from Avatar Uncovered, and today I want to speak to you about love bombing. So what is love bombing, how it fits into the context of cults, and love bombing within Avatar as well. So what is love bombing? Love bombing is an attempt to influence a person by demonstrations of attention and affection, and often you'll hear this concept used a lot with regards to abusive relationships, because love bombing has that within the beginning of abusive relationships. So but today I want to speak to you about how this is used within cults. So I'm going to refer to Margaret Singer in her book Cults in the Mist. Love bombing is a coordinated effort, usually under the direction of leadership, that involves long-term members flooding recruits and newer members with flattery, verbal seduction, affectionate but usually non-sexual touching, and lots of attention to their every remark. Love bombing, or the offer of instant companionship, is a deceptive ploy accounting for many successful recruitment drives. So love bombing within Avatar. At the very beginning, Avatar Master will be showing you an excessive amount of time and attention, and all attention will be on you, not just from your own free will, but also from your QM, and your fast interns will be working with you to work with potential students to get you to an Avatar course, which people do not see. And a lot of the time we're so desperate to get students to the course, because hardly anyone now wants to do Avatar. We're so desperate that a lot of attention and time and effort is put into an individual to help them, to get them onto a course, and a lot of that will be free time as well. So whether that's done in introduction, calls, meet up for coffees, invites to free 2-hour introductions, there'll be a lot of attention and time to then get someone to the resurfacing course. And some people have remarked, not everyone, but some people have remarked by this time that they do feel that the Avatar Master is their friend, and that they generally do care about them. And when I have come across this information because something has felt odd, they've come across the Avatar Uncovered website, I have had remarks which makes me feel really sad, because straight away it's messing with someone's feelings and their heart, that they can't believe that they really don't care about them, and it's fake love and time and attention. And I would say now, having been a practicing Avatar Master, I've spoken to many people that have left, some for years and years. It will be fake love and attention, and it's to get you to hand over your money to go to an Avatar course. And to be fair, a lot of the time there is a strong part of us that also feels like we're doing it for your benefit, to get you to move through your awakening. But there will also be another strong part of desperation as well, because we're trying to get you to an Avatar course because we haven't had students, and we have to check in that we don't have students. And a lot of people who get further into this group have to check in their results on a daily basis. They haven't got students. So it's not all for your benefit, as much as we may want to tell ourselves as well. A lot of it also is a pressure to get you to get there. But it's important, and why I am mentioning this is to understand that beginning stage, I strongly believe, fits into the whole concept of love bombing within cults. So the next part is actually when you go along to a course, and some people will feel, not everyone, some people will feel straight away the deception, some people will feel something's odd, but for some of us, myself included, because I really wasn't discerning a lot, but I had too much trust for anyone. I just didn't really believe that, that they didn't have my best interests at heart. And a lot of that as well, again for many, I was introduced to Avatar originally by two good friends, and I believed their experiences, and I believed them, and it was a good time. It was a good thing. So I had my guard down straight away. But for some others, especially partners that go along with go along to a course, they can begin to see the deception. For others like me, they may not, or they may be in a really vulnerable stage, really down part of their life, so they can't, and all they can see is the instant companionship, flattery, attention, one-to-one work with a master. You may have 2 masters working with you, even 3 masters working with you, and that feeling of like you feel like you belong. So if you're at a really low point, that's something to really watch out for and can really pull you in to this group. And if they really feel that they can get you to progress along, then even more one-to-one attention again can make you feel like this is it, you've got something special, again being put on a pedestal, pulled into the group, feeling like, and then beginning to feel like you're part of something. That's all part of love bombing within the context of cults, and that is all understood at leadership level about how that works. Peer pressure, and again creating that loving, caring environment, and undivided affection, undivided attention to the student, which is fake. Because I'll say this now, as you get further into Avatar, there'll be a stage, especially if you move, for a lot of us in the Avatar course, but some can get through the Avatar course into the Masters. But for Masters, and definitely if you start interning and moving further on, that love bombing will drop like that, and it will reverse into criticism, knocking you down, just something that is the complete opposite of loving you or caring you or showing affection. And that is used in abusive relationships. And as love bombing is used in abusive relationships, and this is used in cults, bringing you in, lowering you in, making you feel like you have a new family, instant friendships, you're special, this is amazing, this is my path, wow, I can't believe these people must care so much, look at them, they care so much for humanity. And then as you get further in, it will be dressed up as something else, as it is in cults, and as it is in abusive relationships, because a partner always dress it up as though it's for your good, or something you have done, or something you have said. So see the similarities between the two. Again, in the cultic situation, you'll be whacked down, and it's a whole part of coercive control. And this happens a lot in Avatar. So again, I'm sharing this information for you to start to see how this may have worked for you. And it may not have, but start to see that. And for others, I have had stories come in which absolutely breaks my heart, of people that they are seeing it because that's why they have reached out to talk to me, or another ex-Avatar master, or come across the website. But there is that whole conflict straight away in their head that I can't believe that they really don't really care about me. This is like at the beginning stage of the 2-day resurfacing workshop as well. I've had these remarks, not just as it's gone further into Avatar, but at the beginning, that they've already had so much attention, and they felt like the Avatar master has become their best friend, and maybe a couple of Avatar masters, or a book club they've gone along to that has been run by Avatar masters, or within a business network or group where Avatar has infiltrated and begun to pull people in, that they feel gutted and upset that they can't believe that this person has shown so much undivided affection, attention, and it's fake. It's to lure you in and bring you in. And again, a lot of the time the masters it's not like they're evil people, they're horrible people, they're doing what they're taught. And we were led to believe that we were helping humanity and awakening people and helping them through their stuff. But they always have the intention of getting you to Avatar masters, wizards, and as a practicing interning student. I mean, they always do, especially if they're a regular practicing master and they're part of the advanced intern program. Then constantly in the back of their mind, from the moment they meet you, the intention is to get you to wizards. It's not to get you to a resurfacing course or an avatar course, and you as a person will be checked in every single day with someone who is higher up or a buddy to work with, and you'll be talked about and discussed about even at those beginning stages. So this is all fake love. I want to make this absolute clear. No matter what we may have felt in our heart, it's fake love, and it's coordinated, and it's completely understood from a leadership level, that from my perspective, and everything that we have researched and those that have shared their stories. So I could go on and on about that. There's a lot I could go on about that, but I don't want to bore you. So another point I want to make as well is how, as you get further into Avatar, just to show how much they really have set up a group that sends out all this love and affection. It's considered and referred to as your Sangha, as your new family, as your family. And your old family, no matter what we may say to our family or not share with our family, and this is shared by the trainers, and it certainly has been from us directly in the Australian team, so that your family is merely just DNA. It's an indoctrination, it's just DNA, it's animal consciousness. And your new family and your real family is Avatar, and those within it, and those that are working for humanity and towards humanity. So family members, you may not see this, but this is going on, and this may help you to understand why there may be a gap now between you and those that you love, or the person that you love who's still caught up in Avatar is completely manipulated from above. So another thing I want to mention quickly is the exercise, the serious drill, because I really just sort of got this. Maybe I'm slow and others have got this, but I've really only just got this in the last month or so. The exercise serious drill is totally about love bombing. So for those of you that haven't done Avatar and do not know what the serious drill is, go to the website Avatar Uncovered, underneath the Avatar Path and the section the materials, and download the Avatar Masters course and find the serious drill. And this is really important because the serious drill is one of, if not the most important exercise that is used every single day if you're a practicing master and an intern. So this is important, along with, if you've got time, the source list and your reality creation list and feelers. But the serious drill is something to watch for. It's used, every single day. And it's all about love bombing. It's really manipulates the environment and students and new students and people you even meet before they become students in the street or in a coffee shop. So the serious drill is about sending out or learning how to fully appreciate your creation. So if you're sitting in a coffee shop and you meet someone and you're introducing them to Avatar, you need to appreciate them. And appreciate them, appreciate their creation, appreciate your creation. Or if you're interning and you have, you're sitting with your student, you're taking them through, or your role is just literally just to stand and do serious drill all day, which it can be. You're just sending out appreciation and love into the room, basically. And again, this is practiced every single day. So what this looks like in the exercise, and it will help more if you go and look at it rather than me just saying it, is that you'll have a coach and then you'll have a student, and they're both facing each other. And and this happens every morning. We do this every morning on an internship. Every single morning. So the student will have to look at the coach, and the coach will direct the student. So the coach will ask the student to appreciate, and you'll sit there and you'll appreciate the coach and appreciate their creation. So not just them physically, but everything about them, everything that they've created in their world. And you'll sit there, I don't know how to do it on camera, and you'll sit there and you'll appreciate them and just look at them with real awe and appreciation. So there's all sorts of reasons why this is taught. Look at the exercise again, and that it's not hypnotic and it's not manipulative. That's what Harry Palmer says. But you can straight away see it totally is, and it puts you in a hypnotic trance because you're you're just, staring and appreciating. But it also sends out fake love. It can look like you're in love, or if done right, or it can just look really weird if not done right. And if you've got a group of interns, so you notice now more and more of these courses, you can have like I talk about the Australian and New Zealand team most because that's the team I was connected to, and I'm based in Australia, and there's a lot going on around the world, so it's quite hard for me to keep a grip on. But I know, like in the Australian New Zealand team, and I get feedback from it as well, that there'll be 2 or 3 people, 3 students for the whole course at the moment. There'll be 20, 25 interns standing around serious drilling these students, or they're going out recruiting and bringing them along to an intro, and at the intro there'll be serious drilling, and that gives the person a feeling of love and belonging, and this is a loving environment, and that's all part of love bombing, and it's coordinated and totally intentional from the leader. If you go into the professional course, Harry Palmer actually speaks about how he feels that the serious drill is an answer to pretty much everything. To appreciate our creation, which becomes very manipulative because completely another story, but we create everything and we need to appreciate everything. And that's even like if we're being abused or knocked down, or we've had abuse in our life, or something awful's happened, or you've got cancer or HIV or whatever it is, you created it. It's nothing else, no external factor. You created it, you need to appreciate it. End of. So there's a whole nother videos to do. So why I'm sharing this at the moment is in the context of love bombing. And again, have a good think about it. That's all I have to say about today. And have a great day. Thank you for listening. Bye.